Would you join Gabe Newell's racing team to drive cars on the world's top tracks? Gabe and's crew have started using Aston Martin's Valkyries, a V12 beast, to heat things up. But this isn't just about racing. With Gabe involved, it's for a good cause. From fast races and big crashes to standing tall on the podium and giving money to hospitals. This is the heart of racing. Gabe Newell, the head of Valve, is known as the Lord of PC gaming, but he's been using his powers for different things, like a brain-computer interface company, Starfish, and deep-sea marine research with Inkfish. But he even has a racing team, the Heart of Racing. The Heart of Racing isn't your typical race squad. They were founded in 2014 by Ian James, Jan Bernier, and gaming legend Gabe Newell. The team was born with one mission in mind: to compete at the highest levels of motorsport while raising millions for children's hospitals. The team actually traces back to 1997 when Team Seattle launched a campaign to support Seattle's children's hospitals, which continued up until 2014, when it was then turned into the Heart of Racing as Gaben expanded into motorsports for the first time. Nowadays, Gaben's racing team raises money for Seattle's children's hospital, specifically the Cardiology Research Fund. They even expanded out to New Zealand's Starship Foundation.
Hi, this is Gabe Newell with the Heart of Racing. The Heart of Racing is a group of car enthusiasts who go racing to raise money and awareness for Seattle Children's Hospital. A group of us were visiting friends here in New Zealand when the COVID-19 pandemic started. And we've decided, in partnership with the Starship Foundation, Darren Kelly and Alex Riberas will be going to a series of GT3 races in the North and South Island in our Aston Martin Vantage GT3 race car.
Now, the exact amount raised is unknown, but Team Seattle, up until 2014, raised $6 million before Thor was officially started. So now that it's 11 years later, with Gabe Newell involved, we can assume the number is a lot larger. In the beginning, Gaben's racing team was using a 2014 Porsche 911 GT America, which was specifically made for that very event. Coincidentally, Gabe was daily driving a modded Porsche at that time as well. Gabe Newell even joked that he wanted to number their racing car 3, but was told nope. He seemed to have an actual genuine interest in cars and racing, as he would show up to multiple events, like in Daytona, Florida, and the Seattle area. He even confirmed that some people at Valve would attend too. So it was pretty clear that Gabe Newell affected the team, as the Heart of Racing even commended Gabe for giving them this opportunity.
The fact that Gabe gave us the chance to race and to help the people from Seattle Children's Hospital is something that gives us not only a special motivation, but it gives us a new meaning to racing.
For the following years, the events they went to were a bit spread out, using different cars like the Porsche 911, Cayman, and even a custom Nissan GTR for some drifting event, which led to the Heart of Racing winning the D1NZ Drifting Series in the 2019 and 2021 seasons with this custom Nissan GTR. Things though really heated up in 2020 when the Heart of Racing got support from Aston Martin, ushering in the next stage for the racing team. Now, one of the co-founders, Jan Bernier, might seem a bit familiar, and that's because he is an extremely notable Valve developer who has worked on the Half-Life franchise and is still working there 27 years later. Now, with the funding handled and Aston Martin's backing, they were able to focus on getting great drivers, like Alex Riberas, who has had 18 podiums and 6 wins since 2020. They even have a surprising driver, Gabe Newell, Gabe Newell's son, who has been heavily officially driving since 2021, being seen as a rising star in the scene, racking over 44 podiums and 8 wins. Coming third in 2023 and 2024, he started driving the Aston Martin Vantage AMR GT4 originally, but more recently has transitioned to the AMR GT3 Evo. In 2022, Gray survived a dramatic crash at Road America, where he crashed at high speeds into some concrete barriers. Luckily, Gray walked away with just a dislocated shoulder, and as we know, he has kept on competing. This wasn't the only crash the team went through, but let's first look at the Aston Martins they have been driving. The Heart of Racing's partnership with Aston Martin has been huge for the team. They now usually race the Vantage GT3 and GT4 models, known for their performance and reliability for GT racing. Thor has strong results in 2025 with the Vantage GT3, including 4th in Qatar, 5th in Spa, and 3rd at Daytona. The Aston Martin Vantage GT3 is designed for elite GT racing, featuring a 4.0-liter turbocharged V8, while the Vantage GT4 has a 4.7-liter V8. It's been the team's car of choice for the past few years, having a number 23 and number 27 version, while the GT4s are numbered 24 and number 26. But just a few months ago in 2025, things really heated up as they added a new car to their collection. Or should I say, two of them, as the Heart of Racing is now expanding into the hyperclass category, picking up the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR LMH, which just has a few regulation changes based on the Aston Martin's Valkyrie AMR Pro track car.
Aston Martin coming in, it's not just good for your ears, it's good for the soul as well.
Probably the best sounding car I have ever driven in my entire life.
It sounds really good off throttle as well.
Now this thing is an actual beast. It is the first sports prototype to race with a V12 engine in top class endurance racing in 14 years. The car uses the same 6.5-liter V12 that is used by all versions of the Valkyrie sports car, but this version has been modified to be more efficient in order to meet the hypercar class performance, producing around 700 horsepower with a 7-speed sequential gearbox for quick gear changes.
The Aston Martin Valkyrie is a huge fan favourite. Everyone talking about this amazing 6.5-litre V12 machine.
For racing fans, the Aston Martin Valkyrie is a big deal. When it was announced that the team was going to start racing with the car, someone made an open letter to the team explaining how he's been a fan since 1997 and that they have an opportunity with this Valkyrie to do something very special, saying that it is probably the last naturally aspirated V12 race engine in a professional series that we will get to experience in our lifetimes. Please don't settle on a quiet enough muffler option. It would go a long way towards guaranteeing iconic status for your race car. You would have a lot of fans thanking you at the track this upcoming season, where Gabe Newell responded saying working on it.
Take the mufflers off. Let the fans hear the V12 sing.
Through goes the Valkyrie, the scream of the normally aspirated V12 engine.
I wish I could see the reactions of the fans for the first time that we blew by.
The car was set to start racing at the 2025 24 Hours of Daytona until they announced that the car needed more time for testing. So the Valkyrie AMR LMH would make its global racing debut at Qatar.
Some terrific step from Marcus Sorensen.
With it being the car's first race, the Valkyrie finished towards the back of the track, but the team was actually very encouraged by the car's potential.
About the Aston Martin Valkyrie, which did get to the finish. That was their biggest wish. That's a massive step in the right direction.
So throughout this year, the Heart of Racing has been participating in different hypercar races with the Valkyrie, which is most notable for its loud engine sound.
Said that 12 hours at Sebring is more difficult than 24 at Le Mans or Daytona.
New challenge for us. I mean, if we can last 12 hours here, I think with this car we can last 12 hours anywhere.
The Aston Martin comes up within the top 10.
My first 12 hours at Sebring, and it was tough. We kept the car in one piece and in the end finished third. Big thanks to Tom's last stint, which was great, and I'm really excited to go to Long Beach and do our first sprint race.
One fan at a race said they were in pure joy at their first Grand Prix, getting to hear the V12 of the AMR Valkyrie. Gabe Newell then directly responded to someone thanking him about the sound, saying, "We are making progress," just a few months after answering the other request to not settle on a quiet enough muffler. Now, as I'm making this video, the team is currently preparing both of these AMR Valkyries, number 7 and number 9, for the 24-hour Le Mans race in France, which is probably going on when you are watching this. Now, this race will be a pretty tough test. Multiple different drivers, barely any sleep, 24 hours straight, just wearing down the cars to see who will win. According to the drivers, it is one of the most important events of the year.
The 24 Hours of Le Mans, it is recognized as the biggest one-day sporting event in the entire world.
So let's wish them luck as they are getting ready for it right now.
Right, chance to get excited about Aston Martins, not just the car, but also the sound.
Indeed. Just two cars between us having the opportunity to hear 24 cylinders lapping in perfect harmony.
What music?
Sounds good from the inside, but it's even better from the outside.
Just hearing from another of our commentary colleagues, anybody trackside here at Le Mans is going to get the opportunity to see.
So in super slow-mo, 007 launching itself over the curb, Tom Gamble at the wheel of it, and again that super slow-mo showing how much energy goes through the car. In the heart of racing entered Aston Martin.
But there is a bunch of other events that the team is planning to go to, so it will be interesting to see how the Valkyrie performs as the Heart of Racing and Aston Martin get more used to it. But as these are extremely long races at high speeds meant to test endurance, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Just like what happened to Gray, the Heart of Racing has crashed a few times, like in 2024, when during the Long Beach Grand Prix, contact from another car forced the Aston Martin GT3 into a wall, causing suspension damage.
Built up to
Massively.
Massively. 6 seconds between the leading pair now and the rest of the field. Spencer Pumpelly got some assistance as well. That was from
Anders Fjordback.
Yeah, there was 3 cars involved there actually, because the AWA number 13, Matt Bell, was there. I think he was an unwilling participant. He was just trying to miss what was going by, but I think he got...
In the 6 hours of the Glen, they had another issue at around the halfway mark when they ran into another incident with a different car.
Big crash, the Proton competition, Mustang, and then coming through it, the Aston Martin gets involved as well.
This wasn't it, as during the 24-hour of Le Mans in 2024, they lost control on a wet patch while being lapped by the number 51 Ferrari, colliding with the inside tire wall at Indianapolis corner and flipping.
There was it?
No.
Was it contact? Was he forced to go wide?
Just wide and got on the wet bit.
So
no contact. That's a big hit, and then it kind of falls back on itself. Wow, a lot of energy had to be absorbed through that car.
What I kind of expected, how it ended up on its roof, is what I expected from where it hit. But I can't blame him entirely for that. There was no contact, but is this running on board with him? So yes, he's just on the wet stuff. Yeah. He's tried to do the right thing. He's a bit spooked by the hypercars around him, and he's seen one of them have a look. So he's tried to do the right thing by going wide and actually put himself, from being nice, he's put himself onto the wet stuff and out of the race.
Right.
Potential podium finish gone in an instant there with just a misjudgment. The track conditions.
Just let me know what grade of driver he is, Graham.
He's the silver driver, I think, Daniel Mancinelli, because Ian James is the...
A few months later in Imola, one of the drivers had to climb out after an incident brought out the safety car.
Who's in the gravel? That is
27.
down.
27.
Yes, it is Ian James, the 27 Aston Martin. He was in 6th position.
That's down at Ravatsa 1, isn't it? What's happening? Oh, he's been hit from behind.
And that was
who did that?
Yasser Shaheen was the car behind him in GT3.
It was the BMW.
Yep, the Bend BMW, I'm afraid, came slicing off track.
He was off and onto the curb, and the momentum took him into the side. That's Aston Martin. That's quite a big incident there for...
But yeah, there was nothing he could do there. Just when we rode on board, you heard the contact. And yeah, going in backwards. Safe.
One of the most recent crashes for the team was at a practice for Le Mans 24 Hours 2025 when they crashed, causing a red flag. There was even a time where the door to the Valkyrie flew off mid-race.
956 Porsches in the early Group C days. This is just, they've probably changed the drinks bottle or pumped something into the oil system and not latched the door
And this
closed.
is where you can see, so this is a true hypercar. It's designed to be a road car, a very good road car. And with it, yeah, there you go, door off. He's driving way too fast, irresponsibly too quick for what was going on there.
Although the team has been in a few crashes, luckily their safety record is pretty strong, with barely any reported driver injuries following these crashes. But the heart of racing is more than just a racing team. Their dual focus on winning races and supporting children's healthcare has created a unique legacy for the team. Pair it with their new Valkyrie hypercar, it makes them a fan favorite among the scene. The team has clearly shown that they are here to innovate, mentioning how their eyes are set on innovating and pushing boundaries, similar to the rest of Gabe Newell's companies, whose entire focus is on innovation. So as they start to race the Valkyrie, we are entering a new era for the team. From starting off as a small crew in Seattle, to moving into larger events, and then being backed by Aston Martin to racing their new hypercar. If you want details on future races or how to support the team yourself, check out their official website for more information.